Life in itself is a series of events, and if you're lucky, you find special persons who make the journey worth it. I met someone in 2022 surrounded by art and silence, but since then, we have navigated the loudest events, the biggest transitions, and the tiny turning points that changed our lives. I ask myself sometimes, what if I had taken a different road that day? What if I hadn't stopped to look at that one specific canvas? I wouldn't just be missing a friend, I'll be missing the version of me that she helped discover. Choice. In choosing, I met this amazing person and chose art over nap. We are exploring how one different road, different choice, different circumstance can lead to a completely different destination. Welcome to all the little things. My guest today is someone who reminds me that life is an art form. We didn't meet at work or in school. We met in 2022, to be precise, standing in front of a piece of art at an art function in an art gallery in Abuja. Since then, we've taken the road to countless events, shared stories, and navigated the tiny or little turning points that define who we are. Please welcome my fellow curator of life, Hope. Welcome.
Thank you so much because that's quite an introduction.
Yes, I took my time. I was like, each of my friends gets a candid introduction because they deserve.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. How have you been?
Yeah, good. Just going through the journey of life.
As we all should do. Isn't that the thing? Hope we are saving. Hope because this year, I mean, I was joking with a friend of mine the other day. I said this year we're all driving cars. I don't know if you're ready for that. We're all doing all the
That
big things.
you are in the spirit.
We're all
We're all
doing all
driving
the
cars this
big
year.
things. So what have you been up to? How was your holiday?
My holidays have been topsy-turvy, highs and lows, peace and troubles. Yeah, I think I spent the first leg of my holidays in peace and quiet. And
It's always chaotic. It's always like that. I don't even know why. But all you just
yeah,
want at this age is just peace and quiet. But anyway, it's still fun when it's chaotic because it means family are around, people are around that love you. So
yeah.
everywhere is kind of around. Yes. The first part of the segment is actually how we met. I want
Yeah.
you. I know that's always a very sweet spot when I'm having these conversations with friends because whenever oh, how did we meet? And that was something I decided to make a normal thing for the first segment. Like, I wanted people to be able to describe like how did you feel when we met, like the first impressions, our conversation, the kind of idea, activities. What were we basically doing? Where did we meet? How did we meet? What led to us actually? What was the motivation for us to become friends?
Yeah. I would say our shared interest in exploring and experiencing,
Yeah,
because even where we met and how we met alone was like us experiencing life and exploring.
that's
We
true.
were at was it Thoughts Pyramid?
Yeah, for those who don't know,
Yeah.
Top Pyramid Art Center, it's one of the biggest art galleries in Abuja. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you were there to browse through their collection and you stumbled on an event.
Yes, that's true. Oh, I can't believe you
Yeah.
remember that so clear.
Yeah, yeah. I think I was there. The organizers of that event invited me for a chat, and
Yeah,
that was where we met.
yeah.
We were just two people amongst a crowd of people
Hmm.
that just sort of started talking to each other. Nothing deep.
Yeah.
And I think we had a third party that day that turned
Hmm.
out to also be a curator or a museum owner. I'm not sure.
Yes.
I can't really remember much, but yeah. So we were just talking,
Mm.
just about art, about things there, about our experiences, about work.
Yeah.
Yes, we talked
Hmm.
about work because I was like, I just came back from work, and he said he just came back from work,
Yes,
and
that's true.
that was how we hit it off.
Okay, that's interesting. But how
Yeah.
do you what tiny detail, yeah, what tiny thing about our conversation do you think made you feel like I wanted to still stay friends with this person? I wanted to still continue this contact with this person. What was it about the conversations we were having or the interactions we were having that made you feel this is a bond that needs to be
Yeah,
continued?
yeah. I think I would say curiosity.
Oh
You
yes,
at the time you seemed like a curious person. You wanted to explore. You wanted to know more. You
I
even stayed. I didn't stay for the entire event, but you stayed because you said you wanted to participate in the paint and
I
sip. You
do.
wanted to
Oh
participate
my
in all
god.
the things.
I always call myself a curious cat because I
Yeah,
have a tendency of wanting to know stuff, and sometimes it depends though. And that's why I say that in life there's always this saying that you have to find your people, right? Because there are some
yeah,
people that might look at him like, oh, I don't really think that this is such a good idea. But now that you say it, makes me feel like, oh, she's my person because she understands that this is a part
yeah,
of me and this is who I am. That's amazing.
yeah. I'm also a very curious person,
Yeah.
and I like to know things too. So that's just sort of made it all click. Like, okay, if she's a curious person, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
curious person. It's
Yeah.
going to be a good match.
Yeah. Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah. And also, can you remember the activities we did that day? Because I know there was something about knock culture viewing, was it? Like they did something where it was a virtual kind of thing. We had to scan some.
Yeah.
You remember
Yeah,
that?
that yes, I do, I do. They gave us this slip that had a code and we scanned it and went through this experience.
Yeah,
We
like a
also
virtual kind of thing.
there was this artist that came to exhibit his work.
Yeah, he did
And
downstairs on the ground floor. Yeah.
yes, they also made like this magazine of his work and he gave like a brief note about his work and they took us through all of his artwork.
Yeah.
And then there was this fun question and answer thing. I cannot remember, but I know we both held the mic at some point. They asked us
We did.
questions.
We even have pictures to prove it. And I think you are the one that sent me those pictures.
Yes, yes. And as it turned out, I should add to your listeners. As it turned out, I later ended up working with that company that hosted that
Yes,
event.
yes, you
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
It
So
was
that was how I got the pictures.
Oh, it was such a fun event. I loved this. I loved everything about it. And then you couldn't stay back. You had to. I
Yeah,
think that was the last event. It was kind of like a paint and sip section. And I think
yeah.
that was the first time I was like, oh, I need to do more of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because at that time I was new to Abuja. That was 2022. I was new to Abuja. I didn't have friends here in Abuja, right? And I was all over the place. And I was like, oh God, I don't know what to do. And then I met you, and I also made some friends too that day, even though those friends didn't really stick as much as you did.
Yeah.
But I realized, oh, there are so many fun activities one can actually find in this city. Like if you put your mind to it, there are so many things you can actually do.
And after the paint and sip, when I was expecting that with your regular Abuja new relationship thing that just dies off, I was expecting it to die off, but then you sent me a picture of your work, your painting. Do you remember that? You sent me a picture of your painting during the paint and sip.
Oh, the one I did.
Yeah,
I did. I said I can't
yes.
remember. Oh my God. I
You
sent you.
sent it to me. Yes. You sent it to me on WhatsApp. Yeah.
was that what made you feel like, oh my god, like I want
It was like, okay, I'm not good with keeping up, but okay, this person seems very interesting, very curious, and she's obviously interested in keeping up. So let's do this. Yeah.
I need true to be able to remember that. I can't even remember.
It's been
Amazing,
so
honestly.
long. But I do remember. I think the things that stood out to me are the things that I remember. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Know that. Oh, okay. So I wanted to ask, what was like your career? Because you mentioned that at some point you started working for the company that had
Yeah.
organized a creative event. How has your career in relation to art been like? Like, has there been ups? Has there been any downs? Do you still work there? Do you not work there anymore? Even though I know this, I'm a no part because I know you told me
Yeah.
stuff. Right, but
Yeah.
like bits of people that will listen,
Yeah.
what were your ups and downs like?
I no longer work with the company. But I would say that from there, even before then, and even up until now, I've worked with creative companies and brands. And in as much as my role is straightforward, I also like to think it has a sort of art to it. I see myself in some way as a designer, design systems and workflows and processes for businesses. Yeah, so about the ups and downs, it's just like every other person out there for me. There has been good moments where work is fine, life is good, and then there have been down moments where, you have to let go. Even though according to companies, you are not a part of the family, but then you have to let go at some point. Yes. So starting from that company, I was there to have a chat with the founder, and a few months after that event, I started working with them, and it was all good. Then it wasn't so good because I felt like I could do more, I could be more, and I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
explore.
As we all should, right? Because we
Yeah, yeah. I felt like I was in a container, and there was so much in me that I could let out, and I was already bigger than that space. So it
yeah.
was time to be free. And I actually took free, literally. Like I quit my 9 to 5 to become a freelancer.
Yes, we did.
With
We
no
did.
concrete
And
job
that's the
in
part that
sight.
always makes me that's the part that always makes me smile when I'm talking with you because
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, this lady has balls. Like in
Yeah.
a in a society where a lot of people are so afraid, oh, if I quit this
Yeah.
job, how am I going to survive, how am I going to do,
Yeah.
and you did it with all confidence. Like it's crazy. Like
Seriously. I won't give myself all the praise because I don't think I did not have the courage. And my prayer every day during that period was for God to give me the courage to do what I wanted to do. Because it was like, if I don't leave this place, I will not be happy. And if I leave this place, I could not be happy and I could be very happy. But I already know that staying here, I will not be happy. So why not take my chance? But I did not really have the courage to pull out until it took me a couple of months for me to finally get the courage to leave. And since then, I think I've worked with amazing brands, amazing companies. I've done what I wanted to do when I wanted to do them. And yeah, it's still ups and downs, of course, but there are way more ups now than downs.
definitely, as it should be, because that's how it always is. We start from the bottom and then we grow. So it's
Yeah.
normal ups as you go. So yeah, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you. That's good, Days. So it's 2022. How's our
Uh-huh.
friendship played out with outings, with events? You know, we like and stuff. We are not
Plug.
in one place.
You know you're my plug. You know you're my
I'm,
plug.
I'm telling you, oh my goodness. Like I was telling myself last year, attended so many events. It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Like it was almost like I was attending at least one event each month. last year, like
Wow.
sometime from June, July, down to the end of the year. I was attending at least one event per month.
That's crazy. Wow. I wish I could do that too, to be honest. Because it sounds interesting. It seems interesting. I want to do it. But you've also been my plug for the few ones that I was able to attend last year.
That is true. That is true. But that's what though. If you don't have the opportunity to maybe figure out this event and your friend does, they can always plug you in. They can be like, "Oh, I'm attending this. Do you want me?" Right? So it's also good, and that is why I think having friends that you are aligned with most times is the best, because then you know, oh, if I'm attending an art event, this person would likely say, "Yes, I want to." Yes, such an event, because they think like me. They are very similar to kind of person. So it makes that is what I think is based for most successful friendships, right? Because when you don't have that base, not just friendship, I think any kind of relationship, platonic, romantic, any kind of relationship, that is mostly the base. But we don't have a common denominator for yourselves as individuals, then what are you talking about? But that is not to say that there aren't people that might have different views can still get along with. Of course, I have some people that I feel like, oh, I don't necessarily agree with 100%, that are still friends, but you vibe more with the people that you align with better. So speaking at vibing more with people you are aligned with, I want to then I term the mirror effect. You've seen me in it, right, where I'm just a guest, and you've seen me at very monumental, like whether it's no, you know what I'm talking about, right? I don't want to say the moment here, but how has Cho and those around you changed in your eyes for years or last couple of years, right? How has the the thing you in people, like the change, and I'm talking to you like from you like viewing it aspect of art, like when it's just like an artwork, right? Every single time you view an artwork, I don't know if it happens for everybody, but for me it's always like that. Every single time I view an artwork, right, it changes and my perspectives change, right? If I come the first time I look at it, it's a totally different experience I'm going to get when I look at it the second time, right? So I want to know, how has that perspective changed, like for me or for maybe people around you, maybe your co-workers, maybe your friends, your family? How has that changed, like for you, as you've started to attend more events?
I think I should start with you. The first time when we hung out, it was more emotional, talking about what's going on.
Yeah.
And you also made me open up.
Yeah. Oh, I did?
Yes. And it's not easy to get me to open up, but you open.
What did I do? What did I say that did that? I need to know.
No. I don't think it wasn't a fun thing. You shared some experiences, and that made me to also open up the next time we met. So we went from, okay, we just met somewhere, to we're divulging private and personal information and opening up emotionally. Then we went to sharing our perspectives about life and art, attending events, just hanging out for conversation, adventures. So over time, I think our relationship has changed in various ways. We met in 2022. In 2022, we were two people just trying to figure out life, not knowing much about each other, but opening up to each other. And then from there, we went to enjoying life and experiencing and going on adventures together. Yeah. So our relationship has gone through like different stages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. That's nice. But when you say I can't, I'm trying to. Was at the lake, the lake club we met, like after, was it not Jabi Lake Mall?
Yeah.
Jabi Lake,
Not
Boat
not
Club.
boat
Sorry,
club, the boat
the
club.
Boat Club. Yes, I remember. We had such a long now that you say it reminded we had such a
Yeah.
long conversation that day. I think
Yeah.
we even lost track of the time because, oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I'm sure you don't remember when I opened up. The next time we met, I think we went to Garki. We had ice cream. We sat at the. It was like an open air place, though, and we sat there and called.
You- the place besides the medic's place at Garkia.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah, it makes sense. Oh, that's nice to know. Oh, I have had a few people tell me that I have a way of making people open up to me, but I think when it comes to opening up, I also think it's because the reason why people open up to other people is because they feel safe around them and they feel like these people, no matter what I say to this person wouldn't judge me for my choices, right? This person would advice, would what do I call it, give me advice, encourage me, but not
Yeah.
fundamental requirement if you're opening up to people, because people tend to judge, and we are Nigerians, we judge. We are so good at doing that, and sometimes it makes you feel so small because they're like, oh, I told you this thing and I was expecting, oh, you would be by my side, you would encourage me, but now
Without even knowing the full picture.
and it's so crazy, but we are used to it as Nigerians. That's the way we behave. But anyway, yeah, I'm so happy that you said that I was able to, do that for you. It's a good experience. I'm happy. So the next segment is our perception of each other through the lens and beauty of art. Friendship in a way, like when you I know that sometimes when together as friends, right, their perception over time of each other would slightly change or might not be the same as it was initially, right? So what has it been like over the past couple of years that you have known me? Has it been a gradually positive experience, or has it been a negative experience till the end?
Yeah, but it's been all round positive. Thanks to Kosti, I had a much more social life in 2025. More than half of the events I attended there because you plugged me in.
I also wanted to add, like, I'm not a social person as well, because when you talk about not being like so social, I feel like people think I'm social and I'm not. Right? I'm not such a social person. Do you know? Last year I had to start first. I think we even talked about that was like 2024, or was it 2023?
Yeah.
I believe we had a conversation at some point like, oh, we need to be more social. We need to go for more events or more
Yeah.
things and stuff like that. And then last year, I don't know if I had an epiphany or something, but I just like. I will try my best to go out as as often can, and it has really paid off.
It's amazing.
It's really hard. You don't even know the beauty of those interactions, those social connections, until you're out of that space, and then you have a new friend or a couple of friends, and you're having those conversations, right? And they're like, oh, there's another event, do you want to come? And you're like, oh my god.
I think I even stood you up or one or two after I traveled. I think it was in December last month.
Oh god. But that's what's so amazing about it, right? Because no matter how you look at it, it's growth, right? That is growth, right? And sometimes like what this is tied to, like, taking a different route. It's like taking a different route, because when you are stressed from work, when you have family issues, when you all of those things, right? You just want to be able to also break away from your conventional path, right? And just be different route. Be social, like, interact with people, socialize, you know what I mean? Like, just be a different version of yourself that, yes, even if I meet somebody tomorrow or I start something else, I will be fulfilled with myself that I have accomplished this, that. Like, I won't be stuck up on my past, on like, oh, I didn't accomplish this much, or I didn't accomplish that.
And of course, also to satisfy our curiosity.
Yes, yes, that's the major thing, because to satisfy our curiosity, which, but I wanted to suggest here, I don't even know if I should say it here. We need to plan outings. I was thinking, or because it's been a while, and now that you said it, that was when it even clicked to me. We didn't even stay back for the sip and paint, right? When we had that sip and paint session in 2022. So maybe we can try and do that. I don't really think it's a lot of money you have to pay for it, but I know that there are super paint sessions that don't cost a lot. But don't worry, we can take that conversation to our private page later and have it and arrange it. I think we should, try to go out often. But, at the end of the day, I feel the people who will bond with you more are the people that know you best. Because now I'm talking about sleep and paint, and you're just like, yeah, we have to go for it, right? Because I am art inclined, and you're also art inclined as well. So it makes, yeah. So I also wanted us to talk about the value things, right? In that 12, they say value is subjective, right? And in our friendship, value is in the time we. Why do you think, or that we let past things get in our blood so much when we have a wealth of experiences? Why do you think, like, sometimes even if when you're having a good time, like we have experience together, right? I think when we met for the second time or for the first time, when we were having these conversations with each other, do you think we let past things get into our space, right? And the value of letting go.
I think it's a human thing, a human reaction. We are doing so well, and for some reason, we go back to a couple of months ago or years ago when we weren't doing so well. But then it will depend on where you are currently. You might go back to that moment and start feeling bad for yourself all over again, or you go back to that moment and realize how much you've grown, how better you are. But I think just going back is a human thing, but how you react to your past is more of where you are right now, especially with your mindset. So if you're in a good place, if you're thinking back to yesteryears when all of those things weren't working out or when things were bad, you'll be able to pick out the things that didn't make sense because you weren't maybe mature enough, or you didn't know better, or you didn't know how to navigate through situations. And you feel better knowing that you're in a better place to better control things, to better navigate those things.
Yeah.
But then again, if you're not in a so good place, then you just get stuck up on all of the bad things, what could have been, what couldn't be. So I think the most important thing, and where the real value comes in, is being able to recognize that you've grown, you've stepped up in other aspects of your life, or in those aspects of your life, and that those situations are not your current situation anymore. You've learned from those past experiences and those past mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah, that is so true, right? And that's how you can actually see the real value in yourself. I think that sometimes when we are growing as people, whether it's through our careers, through our social life, spiritual life, what phase of our life we're growing in, right? We always tend to drag in past experiences, right? And from what I've learned, especially last year, and I think this outing, seeing life as a picture or as a canvas at life very differently for that, right? And it made me realize you have to drop that baggage somewhere, right? And that baggage is your past. You have to, in order for you to move forward and be yourself and live your life, right? Not everybody will follow you to your next phase, and that's fine. That's totally
fine.
100%. And so when you're growing, to also find people that understand your growth in that phase, like, and who
support you.
100 exactly, like I don't even like that is the support, because yes, you like that is, I think, I mean, that's even the most essential ingredient, because if you can have a host of people that are on the same kind of growth phase as you, but they don't give you the support necessarily, so it's a problem at the end of the day. So but if you have the support is the most vital thing, right? If you have the support, you can achieve anything. You can move mountains, you can be yourself. You can be like, oh, I'm starting up this, I'm starting up that, and for myself, I'm doing a podcast. Like, I just started this, right? But in my mind, I'm like, I don't even care if it gets 1 view or 1,000 views, right? I'm doing it because it's something I want to do, something I want to put my hands, I want to try out, right? And I want to look at myself in the next couple of years and be like, oh yes, there was a time I tried this out. I did it. Yes, 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 and be able to pat myself on the back and say, you did a job well done, even if it did well or it didn't do well, right? So I think that as you grow, finding people that help, that are like support you or carry you as you grow, is so essential. How do you manage resistance from taking a different road, right? Because when I talk about resistance, I'm talking about failures, disappointment, no's from family. When I say like no from family members or friends, how do you manage this resistance? Because I've realized that people seem or look at you like you're taking a very unconventional road, and we, like I said earlier, very good at judging. Right? So they see you are taking a different road that is not the conventional Nigerian way. Like, for instance, there are conventional Nigerian courses, Shibi. Do you have like medicine, you have engineering, you have medical courses. So when you take a different road that is not any of these things that I've just mentioned, it's a problem in on itself, because people look at it like, oh, what is this person crazy? It's the same thing with your business, right? People look at you like you're mad. Like, I just started up a business. I think I told you about it. I just opened my business page. I'm still into looking for how to do packaging and some other stuff on my website as well. And I remember when I told some of my friends and some of my family members, they thought I was crazy. They were like, that's such a conventional thing to do. But then I don't care, because I think for me, it's, does this thing make me happy? Do I feel fulfilled when I'm doing these things? That's all that counts, right? And I think that sometimes people don't really realize that. So I want to ask you, how do you manage this kind of resistance? Let's you're starting up a new business, you're starting up a new career, you're starting up, something for yourself, or a project for yourself that you're very passionate about. How do you from people?
Oh boy. To be honest, about growing a tough skin.
Honestly.
Yes, because you've already said it multiple times. Nigerians are judgy. When I decided to quit my 9 to 5, I did not tell anybody. I think I only told my sister and one friend, because I didn't want anybody to discourage me, because it was an unconventional thing. Everyone would be like, 9 to 5 is stable income. Why do you want to do that for what you're not sure of? And then when I started, lots of loans. I was staying where there was barely any electricity, and I would go out with my laptop bag to a co-work space or somewhere. Someone asked me if I'm a Jehovah's Witness. Yeah, multiple times people called me a Yahoo girl. Because to them, you're a graduate and you're working. You could be going to an office, you get your handbag, but you be like in system, computer, then you work and you come back home. But they see me always working from here and there with my laptop, and they just assume that like Yahoo girl to you.
That is so funny. They were
Fix them. First, if I could teach them how I do my own Yahoo, I had someone turn me down. My friend was like trying to get me to use their gen to power up my laptop, and she was like, no, because she felt I was a Yahoo girl. Oh, but the government is crazy. Thinking about even there to me, it was funny. It's always been funny. I always see them as very funny because these people they are not exposed to the new world. They do not understand remote working or freelancing. So I think they have been the biggest resistance so far. To me, that's why I say as the biggest resistance. Who know nothing about you, just judging you because they see you living a particular lifestyle. They don't see you going to work. You may be at home all day and then they see you with a laptop and they think, oh, this person is doing this or doing that. And I say that is my biggest resistance because my family is in full support of what I do. They understand what I do. And my friends also. And I don't see any other thing as resistance to what I do. So for me to be able to push back when people try to throw shade at me and all of that has been just basically growing a thick skin. Yeah.
Because you really do have to have a thick skin to go through that. And that was why I was apologizing for your experience. I mean, like, how would they? I like it's funny, I know, but it's also sad because it just shows you the reality of Nigeria. That when you're not doing something that is conventional, people look at you like you're weird, you're crazy. And that's where I say that Nigerian attitude, right? Because it isn't. It's not until you start to succeed in that it'll be like, oh, so you're doing doing this and you're making money. Okay, my son will enter into this. Oh my,
Come and teach me.
oh, you're already there. Nobody talks about the strength you have to pull yourself out of that mental shackle that they put you in. Because it is a mental shackle, right? Where they have to put you for just taking a different road that is not a conventional one, right? For just being able to be like, no, I stand in my difference, I stand in my uniqueness, I want to do this. And you don't even get the support most times from people. I think that sometimes family might not really see the point sometimes, right? Like some family members might say some might not really see the point until you start like getting the rewards of that unconventional.
Yeah, I think the reason why I have so much support now was because I did not come to my family to say I want to try this new thing. I came and said I started this thing and it's making sense. So I told you when I came my 9 to 5, I didn't tell anybody, just my sister and a friend. So I didn't tell my parents, I didn't tell the rest of my siblings because it was obviously going to cause this normal family meeting. Like, what's going on with home? Yeah. So I did my thing in quiet, in silence. And when it was making sense, I came out and said, this is what I am up to and it's making sense for me and they need support.
Yeah. But I think that, do you think that it's because, I think maybe now that you said it very clearly, I think maybe the reason why like that for you was because they felt, oh, she's already succeeding in it, so we might as well just
Yeah. Coming from, I was holding a very big title when I was working 9 to 5. It was stable income. The pay wasn't anything to write home about, but it was stable income. It was big title, great career progression, and it would not make sense to any parent that you want to live that life for something not settled.
that you're not sure if it will work out.
Yes, especially where they're coming from. They're used to stable job. Not my parents. They can hold a job for their entire life.
Yeah, that is so true. And I think that is such a good point. I think that a lot of our parents' generation do not realize that the times have changed, and so
Yeah.
because the times have changed, you also have to change with it. So sometimes taking that unconventional road, doing a business that's not conventional, taking courses that are not conventional, going for now social events, or putting on unconventional social attires might not, it's the new you. That's the honest, it's the new modern era, right? Whether you like it or not. And sometimes I think that they are terrified because in their own time it was much more stable, right? They had stability, they were able to get married on time better than us. But now it's totally different because the society is very different, the
Different. Yeah.
very different, right? So they don't really see it as so it takes a lot of boldness for some.
Yeah. And of course, trust too.
That is also a very, very big factor as well. And do you think, let me ask, do you think a lot of Nigerian families don't have a lot of trust for their children, right? Because I've noticed it.
I think it's very much exists in Nigerian households. A lot of parents do not trust their children, and so they tend to make decisions for them. Yes, and they also believe they know better since they've experienced more, right?
Mm.
I would just like to add that I'm grateful for my parents, but they trust their children to forge their own path and be on the right path. Yes. Yeah, so I've seen a lot of people who do not have support from their family just because their family does not trust what they are going into. They just believe you should do it the way everybody else is doing it. Everybody else is doing a 9 to 5, or everybody else has like a corporate job. So why don't you do that? Don't become unconventional. Don't become the black sheep of this family.
Yeah, but sometimes, right, and that is what I think, taking a different route is all about, right? It takes one person being like, no, I am a different person, I'm a unique person, I want to do this for myself. It takes one person to be able to create a whole generation of wealth, or a whole generation of broken generations, right? So it takes just one person. And sometimes if you don't break away from that mindset of you want your family to control everything you're doing, and families, especially our parents, they know how to it's control. Let's just be honest with each other, it is a little bit controlling. And I think
Emotional manipulation.
they will like guide you to the point where you think you're crazy. You're crazy for doing something you want, right? And I think it's such a very dangerous and toxic way of looking at life, right? So if you get to a point in life, you should be able to say, this is what I want, and go for it, right? Regardless of what anybody says. If it works, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, right? And you go on to the next thing and you try it out. So that's how life should be. We were discussing something before, and you were talking about like how you met people that gave you wrong advice. You did
Say wrong advice because they gave me their best advice at the time, which was according to their own experiences and according to the life they were living and the life they wanted to live.
Yeah.
And yes, and that wasn't working for me because I wanted to live a different life.
Yeah.
And I wanted to have different experiences. And basically, I took advice from the wrong people.
Okay.
Yeah, I took advice from the wrong people. So I think that set me back a bit because that meant that I left what I was already doing, the path I was already towing, and I started something new. And I tried for a long time to keep up, to continue doing that, to make that like a passion. When I couldn't anymore, I had to like go back to what I had left.
Mm-hmm. I'll ask the question: if you could go back to 2022 and give that version of yourself or myself or people around you, a piece of advice.
For myself, if I could go back to 2022, it would be to trust my instinct. Because yes, I was already on the right path. I sought advice from people who were living a totally different life from what I wanted. And they gave me the best advice they could because course, they were living a different life. They had different experiences. And so they gave me the best advice that they could. And I took it. But it turned out to be like not so good for me. Yeah. So yeah, so back in 2022, when I first came to Abuja, I also came to Abuja in 2022. And back then, I job hunted for a couple of months. Nothing was really sticking. And then I started freelancing. And I realized that my clients, they were just few and far-fetched, but they were all responding positively. They wanted to stay, even when they didn't have any gigs for me, like wanted to be in touch. So if I had to go back to 2022, I would give myself the advice that I was looking for at the time.
Yeah, that's such a brave thing. So what about the people around you? If you had to go back to 2022, what would you probably say, or what advice would you probably give the people around you? Maybe your family member, your colleagues. What advice would you give them?
Just do it. That's it. I'm talking about. Yes, just do it. Do it scared, do it afraid, but just do it. Because I think a lot of the people around me are people who have been stuck in the same cycle from back then till now, and they're still stuck in the same cycle, not because they do not think this way will be good, but because they're scared, or maybe they think it's not the right path for them or something.
Yeah.
They have something they want to do. They have something in mind that they want to do, but they are just scared that what if it doesn't work out? They want to follow the conventional path and just try, just continue. But why not put that effort and energy into this other part and see what it leads to? Maybe give yourself a time frame, like, okay, if in the next 1 year, if in the next 6 months this doesn't work out, I'm going to give it my all. If it doesn't work out, then I will just go back. So I think that was another thing. So one of the people I met that gave me that advice back in 2022 told me to give myself a timeline and see if it works, and if it doesn't work, to pull out. And I told myself I would stay for 3 months, and I ended up staying for a year because at one point I couldn't pull out. I couldn't leave. Yes, but I would say just do it. To anybody, my family, my friends, just do it.
Oh, that's such a nice thing to say. That's such a nice thing to say. And also, what if you were to describe the road that you would like to take from now on? What kind of road would you like to take from now on? Like a self-sufficient road, or I just want you to give me some words you can like that describe the kind of road you want to take at this moment in time.
So far, the last word you used describe what I've been doing, self-sufficient.
Okay.
And in as much as it's safe and it's warm and it's nice, I think I want to be more adventurous in anything. Yes.
Welcome to
work, in life, in friendship. I've been playing it safe. I mean, of course, I'm not doing the conventional thing. I made some bold moves and all of that, but I have been playing it safe with life. In other aspects of my life outside of work. But I would really like to be more bold, be more expressive, and be way more adventurous. With everything, not just work, with everything. Yeah, that's the road I'd like to take.
That's a beautiful thing to say. Okay. Before I conclude, I also like to say one road I would also like to take from now henceforth.
Okay.
I also want to be much more, I think I would say, add adventurous to that, because me and you are we click a lot. Adventure is something. I want to be much more adventurous, and I also want to be free as a person, right? You cannot have adventure without freedom, and you cannot have freedom without a level of certainty in or belief in yourself, right? So I want to be able to have more freedom, and that comes with everything, like in relationships, in my career, in my business, like I've started. I want to be able to have all of this and say, yes, this is who I am, and anybody coming into my life, or anybody that has been in my life, should be able to understand that this is who I am as a person and love that aspect of me. So that's that is the road I have chosen for myself going forward. So
26, we're making big girl moves this year.
we are going to tear this year up. Like, oh, I can already see we're going to have
Seriously.
so much fun.
Yes. We're making all the moves this year.
That's definitely what we're going to do. Yes, dear. Thank you so much for joining my podcast. I'm really, really grateful that you took out the time to come and have
Yeah.
the conversation with me. So yes, we've touched all the parts for the segment, and I'm so grateful that you were able to give me some minutes of your time. Thank you.
I love that. I can now say that I've been on the podcast before. So thank you for giving me this experience too.
No problem, no problem, my dear. It's all good. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, Coach.
Life is the most expensive gallery you'll ever enter. Every person you meet is a portrait, and every choice you make is a stroke of the brush. Do not be afraid to take the different road, the one that leads to the gallery, the event, or the stranger who might just become your sister. To the friend who has been my plus one through it all, thank you for making the road beautiful. I'm Kosi Okechukwu, and this is All the Little Things. Thank you for joining us on this episode. Join us on the next episode. Thank you.